representing the 33 to 53 foot class in the center console category. The Solace 345 has an overall length of 38 feet, a beam of 10 feet 6 inches, and a max horsepower rating of 850. Engineered for luxury, comfort, and adventure, she has a draft of 22 inches, a dead rise of 23 degrees, a dry weight of 14,400 pounds, and a fuel capacity of 780 gallons. Now, let's hear more from our hosts.
Okay team, I've been waiting for this day all season. We're on the Solace 345 today, and let me tell you something. The first thing that jumps out at you on this boat is this walk-through transom, but after a couple of minutes on board, I realized there's a lot more going on than just this transom. We got a day ahead of us. How about it, Rick?
This boat's been moving 60 miles an hour ever since I saw it. Even when it was in the slip, there's so much going on, but it all looks so great. I can't wait to try it.
I see George Jetson. If he had a boat, this would be it. I'm just waiting for Rosie to come around the corner with a tray of bait. I mean, this thing is something I've never seen before. We are gonna have a good day.
You're darn right. This thing's futuristic. Let's go fishing.
Several months ago, when the first artist drawings of the Solace 345 crossed my desk, I got to admit I was a little bit skeptical. It remained to be seen how was this boat going to be run. I was dying to find out, and I was about to. After just a few short minutes behind the wheel on this boat, any skepticism I might have had about the ride was immediately put to rest. The entire helm area was very comfortable to run from. In fact, the 3-panel glass in the front and the 3-sided enclosure that you stood behind gave you the feeling that you were in actually more of a pilot house, although everything inside the helm was open air and there was plenty of circulation throughout there. It was very comfortable to drive from. You still felt like you were inside the bridge deck on a closed boat. Another luxury item that made the helmsman's experience much more comfortable was a shock mitigation system in both the deck pad and shockwave seating as well, which made driving the boat much more pleasant.
Blind spots drive me crazy. Well, Solace had me in mind. Actually had a hydraulic deck that raises, okay? I had perfect vision over the bow of this boat.
Now the upper station on the boat in the early drawings to me looked a little bit small and tight, almost like you were sitting in a small sports car. But after sitting in the thing for a while, that ladder back seating up there, the hard top overhead keeping you in the shade, access to all my systems on the helm panel, I really grew to love it before the day was over. Also, the fact that the tower folds down and goes out of your way for easier trailing was an added benefit.
Going up onto the sun lounge today, this one is super comfortable, and that's because they use different density of foam in different areas of the seat. So the whole entire day I was comfortable, I felt safe and secure, even when we were riding out the inlet. The finishes on this boat were amazing, and that's because of the ladder back seats and the wood trim.
The cockpit deck real estate area on the Solace 345 was huge, and adding 4 more feet to it by way of the walk-through transom made it even bigger. This provided Solace with the opportunity to include 2 huge access doors, one compartment opening up the area that stored the Seakeeper 2 system, and the other one provided access to all of your other bilge systems, including sea chests, pumps, etc. Everything you needed to get to was very easily reachable from above the deck.
One of the big advantages of inboard diesel motors is you fight your fish behind the motors. Well, I'd never been able to do that in an outboard before, but I could in this one. You could bring a fish to the gaff behind the motors and never have the interference or worry about the props. All that was gone. You're actually fishing behind the props on the Yamahas. Not only did the Solace 345 have dual live wells, each live well had its own tuna tube just in front of the live well. We caught a bonita, plopped it right in there. We never saw a marlin, we never got in that territory, but if we had, we'd have been ready.
We had seats on the port side and starboard side that actually folded up and down. So if you're not fishing and you needed that extra real estate, you have it. Throughout the day, I was able to go down into the console. Not only did the console have AC, you had a full sink, you had a head, and you even had a couch that folded down into a bed.
She had stand-up rod holders inside the console. She had rod holders, get this, on the back of the T-top that hydraulically laid down to make them more accessible. It was the coolest thing you ever saw.
I didn't know that the sunshade actually came down where the fishing rods were. Really neat and unique, and boy, I gotta tell you, we needed that sunshade today.
Solace uses hydraulics to control several items on the boat, including the dive platform that comes out from underneath the walk-through transom, the deck at the center helm for the driver, which you can raise and lower, and the forward windshield, all controlled by hydraulics.
When George, Rick, and myself get on a boat, all three of us, we look at everything a little bit different. The guys see tackle station, I see the Galley. This had a whole built-in refrigerator system. On top of that, we had 3 drawers that were all storage. Best part of this Galley though, built-in grill. Not only a built-in grill, but a full-size kitchen sink with a soap dispenser. So the best surprise on this boat, the swim platform. I've never seen anything like it before. It was the perfect place for me to relax and hang out on the water today while Rick and George brought me drinks.
On the website, they say this boat is where luxury intertwines with adventure. And I couldn't describe it more perfectly than that, okay? This is a luxurious boat that's capable of taking you into sport adventures, diving and fishing and that type of stuff. But if you like luxury and fine things, you can take them to the water with you on this boat. The Solace 345 definitely is something you need to take a look at.